Fear, a chilling whisper in the dead of night, a sudden jolt that makes your heart race, an icy hand that grips your insides. Fear is a powerful emotion, a primal force that has been hardwired into us since the dawn of humanity. It can paralyze us with terror or ignite our survival instincts. It is an enigma, both terrifying and fascinating. Fear is a universal experience, a common thread that binds us all. Regardless of our background, culture, or experiences, we have all tasted the bitter tang of fear at some point in our lives. It is an emotion that transcends language, age, and social barriers. Its grip is universal, and its impact is profound. Fear can manifest in countless ways. It can be a fleeting feeling of unease or a crippling phobia that dictates our every move. It can be a sudden surge of panic or a slow, creeping dread that gnaws at our insides. Whether it is rational or irrational, real or imagined, fear has the power to control our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Understanding this primal emotion, its origins, and its impact on our lives is crucial for navigating the complexities of the human experience. For within the depths of our fears lie the keys to our resilience, our growth, and our ability to lead truly fulfilling lives. At its core, fear is not our enemy. It is a deeply ingrained part of our existence, a fundamental aspect of our being that has been with us since the dawn of humanity. It is a survival mechanism, an essential tool that has been honed and perfected over countless generations. This vital tool has been shaped by millennia of evolution, embedded in our very DNA, ensuring that we remain vigilant and responsive to the world around us. This primal instinct has ensured the continuation of our species, warning us of danger and triggering our innate fight or flight response. It is this very response that has allowed our ancestors to survive in a world filled with threats. The fight or flight response is an automatic physiological reaction to perceived threats, preparing us to either confront the danger head-on or flee to safety. This response is not a conscious decision, but an instinctual reaction that occurs in a fraction of a second. Imagine our ancestors navigating a world fraught with predators and perils. Every rustle in the bushes, every shadow in the night could mean the difference between life and death. A sudden rustle in the bushes, a sound that could signify the approach of a predator, the shadow of a predator stalking in the night. These were not mere inconveniences, but existential threats. These were matters of life and death, and fear was the mechanism that kept our ancestors alert and ready to respond. Fear, in these instances, was not an option but a necessity. It was the difference between survival and succumbing to the dangers of the ancient world. It was this fear that drove our ancestors to take precautions, to stay vigilant, and to develop strategies for survival. It was a constant companion, guiding their actions and decisions. The fight-or-flight response is a cascade of physiological changes that occur in the body when we perceive a threat. This response is triggered by the release of stress hormones, such as adrenaline and cortisol, which prepare the body for immediate action. Our heart rate and breathing accelerate, pumping oxygen to our muscles and preparing us for action. This increased oxygen supply allows us to react quickly and efficiently to any threat. Blood flow is redirected from non-essential functions like digestion to our limbs, priming us to fight or flee. This redirection of blood flow ensures that our muscles have the energy they need to respond to danger. Our senses sharpen, our focus narrows, and our entire being is consumed by the need to survive. This heightened state of alertness allows us to detect and respond to threats more effectively. This ancient, hardwired response is still very much a part of us today. Though the threats we face may have changed, the mechanisms that drive our fear response remain the same. Though we may not face saber-toothed tigers in our modern world, our bodies react to perceived threats in much the same way. A near-miss car accident, a sudden loud noise, or an unexpected event can trigger the same physiological responses. A looming deadline at work, the pressure of an important presentation, or the stress of daily life can all activate our fight or flight response, flooding our bodies with adrenaline and preparing us for action. Even seemingly harmless activities, like watching a scary movie, can trigger this ancient survival mechanism. The suspense and fear we feel while watching can cause our bodies to react as if we were facing a real threat, flooding us with adrenaline and heightening our senses. Understanding this response and recognizing its origins can help us manage our fear more effectively. By acknowledging that fear is a natural and necessary part of our survival, we can learn to harness its power and use it to our advantage. Techniques such as mindfulness, deep breathing, and relaxation exercises can help us calm our bodies and minds, allowing us to respond to fear in a more measured and controlled way. By embracing fear as a survival tool, we can transform it from a source of anxiety into a source of strength, empowering us to face challenges and overcome obstacles with confidence and resilience. The human brain, a complex and intricate organ, plays a pivotal role in how we experience fear. It is a marvel of biological engineering, with each part contributing to our survival in unique ways. At the heart of this fear response lies the amygdala, a small, almond-shaped structure deep within the brain. Despite its size, the amygdala is incredibly powerful and influential in our emotional lives. This tiny powerhouse acts as our brain's alarm system, constantly scanning our environment for potential threats. It is always on high alert, ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. The amygdala receives information from our senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, and processes it with lightning speed. This sensory data is crucial for the amygdala to make quick and accurate assessments of our surroundings. When it detects a potential threat, it springs into action, triggering the release of hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare our body to either confront the danger or flee from it. These hormones, in turn, initiate the cascade of physiological changes that characterize the fight or flight response. Our heart rate increases, our muscles tense, and our senses become heightened, all in preparation for immediate action. The amygdala doesn't act alone in this process. It is part of a larger network of brain regions that work together to manage our responses to threats. It works in concert with other brain regions, including the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory, and the prefrontal cortex, which handles decision-making and rational thought. This collaboration ensures that our responses are not only quick, but also appropriate to the situation. The hippocampus helps us recognize and remember past threats, while the prefrontal cortex assesses the situation and determines the most appropriate course of action. This interplay between memory and decision-making is crucial for our survival. Interestingly, the amygdala can trigger a fear response even before we are consciously aware of the threat. This rapid reaction is a result of the amygdala's ability to process sensory information faster than our conscious mind. This explains why we might jump at a sudden loud noise or feel a surge of fear before we even have time to process what's happening. The amygdala's swift response is designed to give us a head start in dealing with potential dangers. This rapid response system is a testament to the amygdala's efficiency in keeping us safe. It is a remarkable example of how our brain has evolved to protect us from harm, ensuring that we can react quickly and effectively to threats in our environment. Once the immediate threat has passed, the amygdala's activity decreases, allowing our body to return to a state of calm. This ability to quickly switch between states of high alert and relaxation is essential for our overall well-being. Understanding the role of the amygdala in our fear response not only highlights the complexity of our brain, but also underscores the importance of managing stress and anxiety. By recognizing how our brain works, we can better navigate our emotional experiences and maintain a healthy balance in our lives. While most of us associate fear with unpleasant sensations, there's a fascinating paradox at play. Fear, often seen as a negative emotion, can also be a source of excitement and thrill. Some individuals actually enjoy fear-inducing activities, willingly subjecting themselves to haunted houses, horror movies, and adrenaline-pumping adventures. These activities are designed to scare us, yet they attract millions of enthusiasts worldwide. Why would anyone seek out experiences designed to evoke fear? What drives people to stand in long lines for a chance to be terrified? The answer lies in the intricate interplay of hormones and neurotransmitters in the brain. Our brain's response to fear is complex and involves multiple systems working together. When we experience fear, our bodies release a cocktail of hormones, including adrenaline and dopamine. These chemicals play a crucial role in how we perceive and react to fear. Adrenaline, as we've discussed, is responsible for the fight or flight response, preparing our bodies to either confront or flee from a threat. This hormone increases our heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration, making us more alert and ready for action. Dopamine, on the other hand, is often referred to as the feel-good hormone, associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. It plays a significant role in our brain's reward system. The combined effect of these hormones creates a complex and often exhilarating experience. The rush of adrenaline coupled with the pleasure-inducing effects of dopamine can make fear feel exciting and enjoyable. The surge of adrenaline provides a physical rush, a jolt of energy that can be intensely stimulating. This sensation is often described as a natural high. This jolt of energy can make us feel more alive and present in the moment, heightening our senses and awareness. Meanwhile, the release of dopamine creates a sense of pleasure and euphoria, even in the face of fear. This combination can make fear-inducing activities feel rewarding, even in the face of fear. This paradoxical enjoyment of fear is what draws people to horror movies, haunted houses, and extreme sports. This interplay of hormones explains why some people find fear-inducing activities enjoyable. The thrill of terror can be a powerful and addictive experience. It's important to note that the enjoyment of fear is highly subjective and varies greatly from person to person. Factors such as personality, genetics, and previous experiences all play a role in how we perceive and react to fear. Some people may have a higher tolerance for fear and seek out these experiences for the thrill, while others may find them overwhelming and unpleasant. Some individuals are naturally more sensation-seeking, drawn to activities that provide intense physical and emotional experiences, and enjoy the physiological arousal that comes with fear, finding it exhilarating and rewarding, while others are more sensitive to its negative effects. For them, fear can be a source of anxiety and discomfort, rather than excitement. Understanding the spectrum of responses to fear can help us appreciate why some people are drawn to fear-inducing activities, while others avoid them. It's a deeply personal experience, shaped by a variety of factors. Ultimately, the thrill of terror is a unique and multifaceted phenomenon, reflecting the complex ways in which our brains and bodies respond to fear. Whether we seek it out or shy away from it, fear remains a powerful and intriguing part of the human experience.